Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, ikhwan wa akhwat. This is your brother Yassin Ahmed of the Gold Bricks International. Gold Bricks International, also the Gold Bricks Show um, on YouTube. Um, I'm coming to you with a introduction of and an invitation to an economic development system that we are trying to invite the Muslim community to be part of. It presently includes literally thousands and thousands of Muslims all over the world, but here we have an effort to create a block so that we can sort of, instead of the open hand, that we can have the closed fist and really get the benefit of our economic ability, potential harnessed through a project and a program that is global in 140 plus countries with gold as its basis. So it's an economic system that gold is the basis for its currency, its money. Is the gold is the basis for everything that comes out of this. It is a beautiful system. I've myself been in it for over 3 years, going on 4 years. In fact, February will be 4 years. Actually, January will be 4 years in um, of January of 2020. It'll be 4 years. And so, what we want to do is just explain in brief is that this is about moving people, the Muslims, from a debt based, riba based, interest laden system that extracts wealth at every turn and move them to a system of gold as its basis, wealth based, and it is all about creating wealth within the community. It is about staying away from debt. It is about nourishing and utilizing all of our resources that we have. As you know, 70 plus percent of the masajid subsist on donations and fundraisers, which is another way of saying donations, right? That's an unsustainable model. We are, the only thing it sustains is that with the next Friday, the next gathering, the next Ramadan, the next Eid, etc., that they'll be asking again. And we know that sadaqah and zakat are from Islam. There's no problem with that. But we cannot use it as a model that sustains our communities, our institutions. We cannot do that. What we have is an opportunity now to move from a system of debt that is an extraction of wealth from the community and use it and turn to a system of wealth which builds wealth in the community. And I said is as I said, it is based upon gold, and that is 5 grams of the finest gold you can get, 4 nines gold, with the certificate of authenticity, LBMA certified. This is our money. When recently I was in Dubai, and by the way, this company, Carrot Bars International, actually paid my expenses to go to Dubai, and I was in the gold souk purchasing some gold earrings for my wife and my daughters, and the proprietor wanted to buy my gold because this is 24 karat gold. This is the top of the 24 karat category, and he recognized that. I simply set him up with an account so he could do as you and everyone else can do: set up, take a free account, and save in gold yourself, right? And not only save in gold, but we use gold as money. And just to give you a close up look on that, this is what we call cash gold. It is cash and it is gold. So that means it's real money. That's literally, if I can get it close enough there, you probably could see it, but that's actually gold ingots of a tenth of a gram embedded within that note. It is a complete system. We have the apps where you can use it electronically, transfer it without cost from one person to another, from a person to a business or vice versa. We have our own point of sale system, which is free for the merchant to install, either on an iOS or a Android device, or in their present existing point of sale system. The API is free. It's all free. And what happens is that there's no fee for transactions for the merchant or the customer at the point of sales. And you know the merchants are paying somewhere between 2.5 upwards to 5-6% per transaction, depending. But this is again allowing this wealth to stay within the community, and it will drive more business to the stores. And we're not spending in a fiat currency, which is extracting wealth and depositing it with the few, but rather we're spending in gold, and which is spreading wealth. This velocity that spreads wealth to the many within the community. Even those who don't directly participate will benefit from this. Our masajid, our businesses, and other institutions, take for instance our schools, will benefit from this so that they can lower the cost of the student's education directly to the parent and have other sources, streams of income coming in and other uses. This will also help every family immediately once they get the account. That is why we do financial education workshops as well. Part of this system is to educate the Muslim community about their finances. Understand something, that every W-2 worker pays between 30 to 50% of their salary in taxes. Do the math. People lie, but the numbers don't. Look at last year's W-4, or look at last year's W-2. Look at last week's last pay period's pay stub, and just understand that 30, 50, 80% or more of that they took in taxes, you could keep in your pocket legally, ethically, and morally according to IRS tax laws. The tax code allows that. And we give you a free home-based business that allows you to take those deductions as long as you, and we teach you how. The IRS says as long as you work your business as a business and not as a hobby. And we show you how to make, for instance, in my house, 20% of my expenses, 20% of my house expenses, gas, water, electric, all of it. Even if I get a repair done, a new roof put on, 20% of that will be tax deductible because I use 20% of my house as my studio and my home office. When I come home from from work or from anywhere I come home, I'm not going home. I'm coming to my home office. So those are tax deductible. Those are tax deductible miles. Understand something. We have to learn to use the system the way the wealthy use it. Do you think that the wealthy have life insurance policies and retirement plans? They don't have those because those are other ways that wealth is extracted. There's systems of extraction of wealth from the people. And we talk about that. And I don't want to go too long. I said this will be short. So simply, I want to invite you. I want to invite you to listen, to reflect on the information, to ask questions. If you have concerns, let us address them. 100% halal system, removing people, the community, you and your family from a system of debt and introducing them to a system of wealth where we can come together and help one another. وَتَعَوُّنَ عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى. We can help one another, and this that is that is good for the community, not just good for the family or the individual, but rather good for the community, good for its institutions, its businesses. Our masajid will benefit. You, and money is always at the crux of many of our issues, even keeping families together. Money is the issue in many cases. Let's remove this. Let's come together and build wealth together under a system that is 100% halal. Come and hear more about it. The information will be in the description of this video if you're on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, please, uh, um, what is it? Like or subscribe to the channel and like the video. And if you're on Facebook, then like and share and recommend the channel. Because you please join our Muslim Group Economics Collective, our Muslim Group Economics Closed Group on Facebook. And there's much more information because we're not just a gold company. We're not just a company that reaches out and helps to help heal the community's uh, wealth issues and issues that are related to finances and our economy. But it is a technology company now. Indeed, it is a telecommunications company now. And all of those things create a residual stream of income for each and every one of us potentially. None of us were at the table when Bill Gates formed Microsoft. Who was there? His closest friends. Friends he knew. He invited them to his dorm room, right? You weren't there when Steve Jobs formed Apple in his garage when they met in his living room and they talked about this. And they took what was it? Four individuals collectively put just a few dollars, 1,500 or something like that. Don't be like the one guy who came back 3 days later or whatever it was, and he said, "You know what, Steve, I'm good. I'm gonna withdraw from that." They became multi-billionaires, and what has he done? It's a it's public information. It's a public story, and he literally years later sold the contract that he had the agreement for. I think he sold it for $10,000, and it went up for auction, and it sold for several million. He wasn't a good decision maker. He didn't make good decisions. He didn't weigh the evidence. He didn't think about it. This is a great opportunity for us. It's a fantastic opportunity for us in our community. I implore you, I beseech you, I ask you, please give us a chance to explain this situation to you. What we have, this opportunity. Ask any questions that you have. Put out any concerns. Let's address them that you have, and then let's get started. Let's build. This is just the beginning, inshallah. This is just the beginning. And there's so much more that we can do and so much more that we have to explain to you, to share with you. I want to thank you for your time and your patience. And again, I ask you to accept this invitation from your brothers and sisters in the Muslim Group Economics. Find the information in the description of this video if you're on the YouTube, or you find it in the comments. If you join, you have to join our group, or you can request it from me, and I'll send that information in to you, because we don't want it to get out into the wild. Not that we're scheming anything or anything like that, but we really want to keep this amongst us, and we're open for modifications in that. It's not written in stone. We can go way public, but I'd like to increase our numbers before we do, and I'd like to get you on board before we do. Jazakallah khairan, ahsan jazak. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.